Hey, welcome back. Got some new bourbons this Friday. So today's Saturday, but these things don't always post right after I do them. But anyway, did play disc golf today. I want to give a shout out. Met a couple of guys. I'm not going to drop names on here. One of them said he thought he recognized me. So if by chance you guys happen to see this, we played at Horizon Park today, and great guys. Appreciate you guys letting me join your group, showing me around that little course today. First time I'd ever played that course. I was looking into that course because my regular course I normally play is closed tomorrow for an event. But anyway, guys, if you drop something in the comments down below, I'll make sure I hook you up here local. All right, but I did pick up a few $100s worth of bourbon. So I've got some reviews coming, and let's get into one right after this. All right, guys, by request, I am going to review Taconic Distillery today. I have some pretty good ones coming up here. I've got Penelope. I can't remember what all I bought. Oh, the Henry McKenna 10-year. There's another one. I'll have to find it. I did buy a couple of backup bottles as well. If y'all don't know it already, I live in North Carolina, so it's state-ran ABC stores, and we get what we can get. But I do have a honey hole, and I want to give a shout out to the Moxville ABC store. Keep up the good work, guys. You always have a good selection of bourbons. It is a bit of a drive for me, but hey, I'll drive for bourbon. But let's talk about Taconic Distillery. It's got a little doggy on it. I didn't buy the barrel strength. I just bought the regular straight bourbon whiskey. This is called Dutchess Private Reserve. I assume that's a picture of Duchess on the bottle. I don't know. I only bring you what's on the bottle with these things. So on the back, it does say distilled in New York. Taconic Distillery's Dutchess Private Reserve is crafted in small batches using only the finest ingredients, including fresh spring water from Rolling Hills Farm in historic Hudson Valley, New York. So we have that. This is 6/21 is the date on it. 45% alcohol by volume, 90 proof. If this goes well, I may go back and get a bottle of the cask strength, but I always like to try these first time I'm ever having this. I did pull the plastic off during the break there. Have not uncorked it. So here we go. Good, tight cork. All right. Let's pour some. All right. That is on the inside. Good job, Bourbon Bounty. Nothing to... no dribbles, no waste. Here we go. Let's get some air in this thing and start checking the legs. It's a light amber. It does not have an age statement on it. So let's go back over this law one more time. They are calling this a straight bourbon whiskey. In order to be called straight bourbon, it has to be aged at least 2 years. But 4 or more years, you do not have to put an age statement on the bottle. But if it's under 4 years, over 2 years, by law, you're supposed to put the age on the bottle. So we can only assume that this is 4 or more years in the barrel. It does not give a char. I don't know anything about the mash bill. Let's see what we get off the nose. All right, I'm picking up the typical bourbon notes there a little bit. Vanilla, a little fruit. I don't know, maybe a hint of some spice. I'm not picking up any nuttiness out of it. So, you know, that malted barley tends to give up. Yeah, I think there's a little rye in here. Maybe a little bit of rye. I won't know. Let me get the tongue wet though. Yep. Okay. It's not as sweet as some bourbons. I'm not going to give a lot of notes on that first sip. Not bad. Not bad at all. Especially for what I paid for it. I'm excited about the cask strength or barrel proof, whichever they choose to call it. Yep, that does have some rye. Not a lot. It's not a wheater though, for sure. Wow. That is pretty creamy though. It's pretty creamy. It coats decent. Legs on it, medium. They're developing fairly well. It's getting some droplets. Now they are running a little fast, but they're thick. And so it is coating the tongue fairly well. This is very, very easy to drink. I will tell you that. This is extremely easy to drink. I just took a pretty good little slug of it there. There is zero burn. Now, this is 90 proof, so it's not on the upper end of the scale for that. The finish on it is a little bit weak. After one swallow, it's about gone. That's why I'm saying it's not too much rye in there. It's not too much spice kick in here. But this is a lighter version of this bourbon, and I bought that intentionally. So I like to go to the base, like to go to the root. Wow, this is a very, very soft bourbon. Very drinkable. I am picking up some vanilla. Not a lot of caramel, not a lot of fruit in this. If there is fruit, I would say dried fruit that has a subdued flavor to it. Maybe some like a dried apricot flavor, but not a lot of apple up front. You know what? I bet this is a high corn. I don't know. I'll have to look up the mash bill on it now that I've tried it, but I bet this is, man, this is, I bet this is up there in the corn count. So now that I think about it, it kind of reminds me a little bit of like the Hudson, used to be baby bourbon. That was 100% corn. And then they came out with the Bright Lights Big Bourbon, which is 95% corn. This isn't that strong, but that does keep the sweetness down, tends to anyway. Yeah, that is. You know what? There's something else in there though. It's making it very drinkable. There's nothing off-putting about this except for the finish. Maybe a little lightweight on the finish. Probably not a very heavy char on the barrel. That is pretty light amber to have spent that many years in the barrel. There's nothing wrong with this though. This is the mouthfeel, it doesn't feel heavily aged. You know, you start getting into Pappy Van Winkles and like the Elijah Craig 18s and things like that. You get that velvet mouthfeel. This doesn't have that. This is kind of a little watery on the tongue, maybe, but not. It's not watered down. Yeah, there's some really decent notes coming out. I would never put a cigar with this. You would think you were drinking water or tea or something if you tried to put a cigar with this. It's very soft. But as like a little aperitif or a little afternoon sipper or something like that, this will get your night started. And like I said, nothing off-putting about this bourbon at all, but it's just not knocking my socks off. But guys, with that, I don't know what else to say about it. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up as always. Please like and subscribe, hit the bell down there for notifications, and I promise I'll keep bringing you these videos.